before we close out, but I'm going to ask you one more time, sticking with the welterweights, upcoming fight. So Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. There's been some rumors. Devin Haney is calling for the fight on social media. He wants to fight Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is saying he wants to fight Lopez-Ennis. And Turki Al-Shalik has said they are in some early negotiations for Lopez-Ennis. Out of those two fights, for you, which one would you get more excited about, or which one makes more sense to make right away?
I give credit to both these fighters, Haney and Teo, for wanting to challenge themselves. So I'm going to start there. Because how many times we see guys that they're navigating around for the easiest, fight so they can make the money before they go into that more of a danger zone, even though it can always be a danger zone. So that's where I'm going to start. That's where Teddy Atlas starts for me, is that I credit both guys, Haney and Teo, for asking for fights that are really the biggest challenges out there, or some of the biggest challenges out there, where they wouldn't have to go that route. Now, you could make an argument that Haney, I understand it, but I love his pride, that his pride is calling for this fight. Even though he's coming off a year layoff, he's coming off a devastating loss to, in so many areas, physically, mentally, emotionally, devastating loss, to Garcia. And then he comes back with a win that he needed. He just needed I don't want to hear how bad he looked, how he looked, how bad the fight was. All those fights were bad that weekend, except obviously for Inoue and Espinosa. Other than that, and we live streamed all of them. Go watch. But he needed that fight to come back. And I said it, and I'll say it again. We don't know what Haney is going to be until after that one gimme fight, that one fight he needed, that, like I say about the golfers, when they get the mulligan, you get a mulligan. He's allowed to have that bad performance. For me, in that last fight, because I know where he was coming from. He was coming from a treacherous place, from a devastating place, from a dark place, where he didn't even know if he would be okay until he got back in the ring. So I give him that one. And I give him a lot of credit after that one where he did not look great. He looked like a guy that either needs to find himself to get that confidence back or might never find himself. We don't know. That might have been like sometimes the old times would say after a bad fight where you take a lot of punishment and you get destroyed in that kind of fight. The old timers would say that guy might never be the same. And sometimes they aren't. Sometimes they are. We don't know if Haney is ever going to be the same. And then to call out a tough fight, a real live fight, against the only fighter that weekend, or at least that Friday night in Times Square, that looked good. To call him out, I give him credit. I think his pride is talking maybe more than his brain. Or maybe his brain too. You know why? He needs a fight like that for two reasons. For the public credibility, because a lot of people are down on him. I call it straight here. I'm sorry. He needs it for that. That's smart. But he needs it for himself. He needs it to say, freak this. I was a real good amateur. I was a world champion pro. I don't need 10 more comeback fights. I got the one. I need to know now. Am I back or am I not back? I give him credit. That's his attitude. So that's the first thing. I would like to see that fight. That's an interesting fight. That's an interesting fight because of what I just laid out. I won't even say anymore. And because Teo is a very, very talented fighter who I think only fights at his best when he's challenged. That could be one of those sandwich fights like you talk about in football, where you catch a team coming off a big win, and then all of a sudden it's a sandwich fight. They have a letdown against a team they don't think's that good. That could be one of those for Teo. It could be dangerous, where he looks at Haney from his last fight and he takes him a little soft, takes him a little granted. That's an interesting fight. As far as Teo and Ennis, I love Teo, just like I love Ennis. I love Haney for, challenging himself. I love Teo that he challenged himself with a big, he's moving up in weight again, and he's challenging himself with a naturally big, undefeated Ennis, who a lot of people thought, along with Crawford and along with Spence back then, were the boogeymen of the welterweight division, the boogeymen. And Teo is challenging Ennis, a big, talented, in every way, fighter. Man, I'd like to see that fight too. It's a draw for me. I'd like to see either one for different reasons. I want to see Teo because he does rise up. I don't know how good Teo could be. He's a very talented kid. But I noticed he's got a gift and a curse. A curse when he don't think that somebody is that good, he fights down to their level in his mind. And a gift where when he thinks somebody is really good, he rises up and he finds something special. I want to see how special can Teo be. How far can he rise up? How great can he be? How much does he really know about himself inside that he would challenge himself? And us people out on the outside that think we know something and sometimes we know nothing. We're saying, oh, gee, I don't know about that. And meanwhile, Teo does know. He believes. And he can't wait to show it. And I think Ennis is a guy that a lot of people, he was supposed to be the star, especially after Crawford left. He was supposed to just be the big superstar, and he's terrific. He's won all his fights, but still, he looked real good in his last fight, did what he had to do. But still, people were like, he never quite got there. He never quite lit. He never quite lit that flame the way we wanted to see that flame lit. Not quite, And that might not be fair, but it's real. And this could be the fight that he does that. This could be the fight that he does that, and the fight that Teo shows us every ounce of the ability that sometimes he teases us with, that we don't know really how much does he really have. Both those fights. Sign me up.